What is up, everybody? Welcome into a Tuesday edition of what I'm calling the Black and White Take. I'm not going to lie here. I'm not going to lie at all. We just started the show like 3-4 minutes ago. I was just on a roll and we were giving takes. Some great takes. We're not going to talk about them at all. But we had some great takes of what was going on here with Juventus, talk about the latest news. And it was not even live. I don't know why. The button said it hit. It didn't hit. But now we're live. So what is up, everybody? With me, as always, is my boys, I guess. Davide, Member Davide. I'm not going to dox you like I did the first time. We'll just say that. And then Julian is with us, as always. How are you guys doing today?
Good, good.
Do you know what this song sounds like? It sounds like the intro to like ESPN or like a knockoff ESPN.
Thank you. That's what we are.
That's pretty much this.
That's actually kind of what I was going for. I was looking for something that was a knockoff about sports, and that's what I was kind of trying to do. Because the other one, I like it, but I don't know if it's really sports sounding. And that's what we do here.
The 80s trash one?
Your 80s trash one, and that is.
No, well, I am 80s trash. It's fitting.
You do, yeah. I can kind of see that. I can see that with the greasy hair and all that. The way you got it right now, it's perfect for 80s trash. I don't have hair. Well, it would be greasy if I had it. Exactly. Yeah. I got a couple. I'll send your way. Anyway, guys, as always, we'll be talking about the latest news and all the updates we have regarding Juventus. Yesterday was a bit of a slower news day. We basically just went through the postmortem. We were sad, depressed, because Juve lost to Inter, as much as I don't like to bring it up. And thank you, Alejandro. I see you saying that, it's a rookie mistake. I don't know. The button didn't work. That's all I can say is the button did not work. I hit the button. I thought the button hit. I'm kind of like, I'm just pre-programmed just to start going and just to start talking, and I didn't even look to see that it was working and that it was live. Anyway, guys, I opened it up last time. I'm gonna ask again. Did anybody watch the NCAA National Championship game? Anybody? No, neither of you did.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, there's the reason I bring this up, and I'm going to skip all the stuff we were talking about. I was just, BSing a little bit to begin with. The reason I bring it up is I don't know if you guys have watched, I guess just local TV, or maybe it's just in America. Have you all seen the latest Powerade commercials lately? The ones that have it's about like take a time out or whatever.
I saw your tweet.
It's got Antonio Conte on it, and it's got like Simone Biles, a bunch of like American athletes, and then Antonio Conte is like the main one in it. And the only thing I can think of is who the hell knows who Antonio Conte is in America? Like, unless you're an Italian or like you watch Juventus or City, you don't know who Antonio Conte is. There's
some greasy dude in Jersey just losing his mind over that.
They bought all Powerade.
That's him. Yeah, it was the DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's like, I know who that is. You know what I'm talking about? That's what he was doing. The reason I bring him up is really just if we're gonna move from one state to another, let's talk about potentially. I mean, I know this is quicker just because of the way we did it, and I was gonna go slower asking about you guys, but we're late on the show anyway. So we're going to go from one stake that is Antonio Conte to talk about potentially another one, and that is, when I use it more of a metaphor because that's their mascot, but I guess, right, it's a serpent.
Yeah.
Basically, Paulo Dybala looks like right now has a lot of interest, if you will, potentially going. Right, yeah, potentially going to. You were the ostrich on Family Guy. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
Justin's a dad. Everyone, it makes sense.
I am a dad. Are you there? I know Julian's. You're not a dad, are you? Are you Davide?
No.
I know Julian's.
Dog daddy.
Just a dog. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know. Anyway, there's a lot to go off on that. Anyway, this is about Paulo Dybala. I want to get in and open the floor to your all's thoughts and your all's opinions when it comes to Paulo Dybala of potentially joining Inter. What do you think about that? Do you have any strong feelings about it? Whoever wants to open the floor with that, just to start the show today.
Go for Julian.
All right, I will.
You're on a springboard here.
Right?
No problem. I'll take the wheel here. If he goes, he's done. Like, the history, legacy, done. Don't care. Did we give Arturo Vidal a second chance? Did we give Antonio Conte a second chance? Why should we give this guy if he goes?
Go ahead. Davide, your thoughts?
I personally don't care. I don't hold grudges like that. I understand there's a lot of factors, especially on a personal level, that we can't understand going on in players' head. And yeah, sometimes they go to your rivals. But the only people that care that they're going to our rivals is us. The rest of the world doesn't care.
Correct.
Yeah.
So objectively, no, it doesn't matter. As an emotional fan, it probably hurts. Yeah, and I understand why people would be totally hurt over that. We're in it for the emotion. So yeah, roll with it. If that's your thing, go for it.
Can I say one more thing though? On the pitch, I don't really care. I don't really care on the pitch because he'll show up for half the season, so I don't really care. But
and there's that. Yes.
Optically, he's dead. He's dead to me.
I think I want to go about this as thoughtful as I can when it comes to Dybala. I think I personally, I don't have any kind of ill will when it comes to him, even if he decides to go to Inter. And the reason is like the whole situation, the nonsense, half of it, I mean, about half of it at least is on his side as well. When it comes to the crap that's been going on throughout the season of will he renew, will he not renew? There are issues there, obviously, with his agent and everything that fell through. But if you look at the table and you're looking down at the options that he has, say nobody else is willing to pay him close to the equivalent of what he was expecting to get for a renewal at Juventus, and say that maybe Inter for some reason are digging in the couch cushions and willing to pay this for a broken player. And to me, I think at this point I think a lot of clubs would maybe shy away a little bit of offering him a decent paycheck, except for maybe Inter, just because Inter is willing to try to stick it to Juventus, and they're just
it's the rivals. It's just about taking away from the rivals, and they love washed up old players. So perfect.
Yeah, they want Bernardeschi as well. Like they're gonna take them all. They're gonna take Dybala. They're gonna take Bernardeschi. That's fine, just because they just want Juventus' sloppy seconds in this instance.
Sometimes they like a marinated steak.
I mean, yes, I do agree though. I do agree with the idea and the belief that his era of good feelings when it comes to Juventus and like ever being able to come back and all that. Yeah, that would be done. That would be when you go to Inter after 100%. The fact. Yeah, you don't get to come back, have a star or any kind of stuff like that. I don't know that he would. But anyway, do we even think he'd be honored like long term if he didn't go in any way really seriously at Juventus?
He might get a star. He's won like 5 titles.
I honestly don't.
5 Serie A's in a row. He's passed Michel Platini in goals. Like
true. Yeah.
But that's gone if he goes to Inter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is this any different than Bonucci?
Bonucci.
Well, Dybala has any choice he wants in the world.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Bonucci technically didn't have any choice he had because he was like it was Milan or staying with Allegri, he was butthurt with.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's a good distinction.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when it comes to the Dybala situation, like me, I don't want to say I feel for him because I did kind of want the idea of I wanted him to renew. I thought he'd renew, but then of course we've just seen what he's been lately, and he's just a shell of his former self. He's not the same player that he was 2 years ago. Ever since the injury that took him out basically the entire last season, I haven't seen a semblance of a player that can be what Dybala was. And then I think
he does it against the crap teams.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. It's not. He hasn't been useful. I ranted and screamed and raved about how he hasn't shown up for any Champions League matches, any meaningful games. Last game that he showed up for, I think that was meaningful, was probably that Inter match that people were talking about the other day because it was the first one that was behind closed doors back in early 2020. Yeah. And that's probably the last time I remember him having, at least it was meaningful for me, obviously, for that reason. But I think outside of that, I don't know that I recall him doing anything of substance besides that. No offense to him. And then I think Xavier commented and said basically, we sold Bonucci to Milan, though, instead of him just going. But yeah, I some of it I don't remember how much was Bonucci forcing it or at that time.
And I was thinking
he wanted out
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just from an emotional standpoint, I kind of posed the question to the chat too. I'm kind of interested, just from a a fan standpoint, how do people feel? Like, is it a different feeling than you had with Bonucci or any other player for that? Like, make that comparison. And is it fair to judge Dybala already? Nothing's even been decided. We're just, on the assumption he goes to Inter, and we're already getting these strong feelings. So it's like, just dig deep back into your emotions and how might it be different, or how might it be the same? Like, that's what I'm interested in, just from the general fan population.
Yeah, I think this is especially just because based off of the premise of Nico Skira coming out last night, whatever time of day it was for you. It was last night for me. After everything it kind of ended, and he kind of said it seems that they're the most likely ones to match the amount of money he's willing to get. PSG right now is just a phone conversation. It's not anything serious. Madrid's kind of cooled off because I don't think they're willing to pay the same kind of amount of money. This is all just going off of what he said. So it seems that might be his best option. Going off of that, and also just what our feelings of the Dybala situation. Say, there's conversation behind the scenes. Say that conversation is starting to pick up right now, and maybe he's seeing this is my landing spot. It's gonna be in Milan with Inter in the future. Is it a hot take to wonder if that second half performance we saw from Dybala could have been swayed at all? Is this
no.
Too?
That's just him. That's just him.
Yeah.
Now. Exactly.
Yeah. He doesn't have it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree that he didn't have it. Part of me was like, maybe there could be a little bit of and when I say that it's not just I'm trying to screw over you, but it's just I'm frustrated and the frustration's getting to me. And, I still have that. It's got to be still ruminating in the back of his head.
100% it is.
You'd imagine. I would imagine that would be something that would stick with you.
But this is where the conspiracy theories fall apart when you start blaming everything, right? We're already blaming the ref. We start blaming Dybala. Then we just go on Ancient Aliens, and it's just a joke, right? So, listen, I don't think we should get carried away with that.
You don't believe that aliens created the pyramids? You don't think that
Moon Knight did?
Because things can be twisted on the internet. I'm gonna have to give it a hard no. Absolutely not.
I mean, okay, that's fair. I mean, we can get into Moon Knight later. Trust me. I'm excited. We up late tonight. Anyway, I know Davide does not watch any of that, so it's fine. Anyway, I guess that's just something I wanted to get out there, just because that's the initial conversation. Just talk about Dybala. Him, especially obviously his importance to the club. At least has been since 2015-ish. When he joined, but it would be a huge stain on his legacy with the club to move straight. I mean, not just straight from here to Inter, but just to Inter at all. I mean, any other thoughts? I'm trying to go through the comments. What's up to our members? Norbert, I see Haneen, Dash. Apologies if I'm missing anybody as well. Just getting some of their thoughts. Any other thoughts that you all really have on this kind of topic or him?
This is really stupid, but when he was going to the fans after and touching the badge and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," and apologizing.
Yeah,
that's a little much for me. That's kind of cringe. I'm sorry. That I'm just gonna say that. Yeah,
that's fair.
How do you feel about that?
Davide, what's your thought?
I suppose. I don't know. I don't buy into a lot of that stuff anyways. I think it's a little over the top. I don't know. There's emotions running. I guess I'll leave. That's my theme tonight. We'll just call it emotions. Weird things happen. You get all touchy-feely, or Yeah.
I think there's part of it maybe where he's trying to have some kind of still good feeling with the club, with the fans of the club, and trying to keep it even keel. I don't know.
But it's done if he goes to Inter. This is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah.
Why is he touching these fans and then going in? That's going to be the first.
Because he's too naive, perhaps, to realize that no matter what he does now, that as soon as you step foot on Inter soil, that it's just all over. Maybe he's got these, looking in the rearview mirror, kind of with the teary eye idea, and everything's going to be okay, but. Again, that's why I think it's just emotional jargon. He's messed up.
Can I say something? He's an absolute idiot if he's that naive. If he thinks touching the fans after that game and going to Inter is going to be everything's going to be okay, he's an absolute idiot. I'm sorry. He's
so naive to have this whole situation with an unlicensed agent for so long.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
So like that's maybe I'm trashing him a little too hard, but like I'm kind of putting these pieces of the puzzle together and forming an opinion of maybe where this guy's headspace is at. And like I guess in my own headspace, like he's already gone. So maybe that's why like. So,
I mean, I've seen some like nonsensical rumors or beliefs of somebody being like, "Is there still a chance that he could renew for like if he comes to the club and's like, you know, I'll take 5 or something, you know, something ridiculous."
Do you know what? If he says I'll take 5, I think he'll stay. I think they'll offer that to him.
Well, that would be reasonable. I don't think it's gonna. Right. Something ridiculous. Something you know, unbelievable.
For sure. But I don't know if. I guess what else is out there? We don't even know what his other offers are, really.
I mean, it's always been rumored that, to me, for the longest time, it was Barcelona and Madrid were like the highest, were the ones that were up there. It seemed, and those are the ones that you can go to and Juve fans be okay with, and you could still keep your legacy with Juventus.
For whatever reason, I think because of maybe his flair, maybe his South American style, that he would fit well in Spain. I just think that's a natural place for him to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it definitely would fit well. I mean, I think I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough about the landscape of La Liga to know how much different it is in Italy. But I think at the same time there are a lot of obvious cultural similarities that maybe Italians and Spanish people don't want to agree with, but there are.
They're both completely mismanaged leagues.
Yeah. Well, that as well for sure. Yeah, I completely agree. I don't know. It's just where I sit with it. Doesn't seem like, I mean, I see a lot of people saying, you know, they'd be done with him and he moves on. His career is finished. And I do kind of think, I do think Inter would be pouring in a ton of money for a player that's just not built to last anymore. I think he's seen the peak of his career at Juventus, and then not just at Juventus, but overall, I don't think he'll be anything. And I no offense to him, but I just don't think it'll be anything special after his departure.
He won a top 20 or he won a top 10 in the world money, and now he's not going to get that. And there you go, buddy. You overvalued yourself, and now you're going to go to Inter. It's a lateral / negative move.
Yeah.
Instead of taking a decent upgrade in wage for here, he decided that he wanted to wait more, and he thought he was worth more. Guess what? Lateral negative move.
Yep. And he's going to have to live with that. Though Juventus, though, on the other side, I think can kind of move on, put it to rest, and then look at what their options of what they're going to bring in to replace him. And one of the latest options that are rumored is potentially you're losing one Argentinian, you're going to bring in another. Maybe. This is the one I think you and Alejandro talked about. And I apologize. I missed out on this one. So I've seen your all's conversations in our private chat or whatever. So I'm going to need you, Julian, to fill me in on how you feel about this. But today it was kind of reported, and I apologize. I don't have the source off the top of my head.
It was Gazzetta.
Was it Gazzetta? Yeah, Gazzetta was on, like, I don't say on fire, but they were just firing everything off today.
They were a lot pumping up some news.
There was a lot of news out there. Yeah, we'll see. But it looks like right now that Di Maria of PSG right now is linked with Juventus. I think Alejandro kind of forced this one on us, from what I've gathered.
If you look at our podcast of the 12 names I put, almost every single one of them has been linked, after.
Yeah,
except for obviously the young Italian guys, because that was obvious and that was already rumored. But almost every single one of them after has been So you know what? The Gazzetta reads or watches our podcast. That's all That's all it comes down to.
That's what's happening. Fabiana or whatever is out there. I don't need to do any on the ground research out here in Italy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tune into Julian and Alejandro what they're saying. And
there's that Insigne doppelganger that talks about Juventus is that's right. I like him.
She's like, he's really negative. So Gazzetta loves him. This is actually Gazzetta's favorite Bianconeri or Juventus channel because all the negativity.
Yep. Exactly.
Anyway, your thoughts? Basically, just a quick roundup. I think most people know who Di Maria is. He'll be a free agent in the summer. He plays on he was more of a winger than an attacking mid, or what's he been utilized?
He's a winger. He's very okay. So not we. people classify Bernardeschi as a utility player.
Yeah.
Di Maria is a proper utility player. He can play either side of the wing, either wing. He can play advanced midfield, Metzala. He can play anywhere and do very well. Be successful. So, and he can influence the game at any position. So that's tick box. Good. 34, negative tick box. However, if it's 2 years and it's like 7 million a year or less, I don't know how we could swindle that, but if that's the case, all day, every day, you take that, and Sule can watch him play or take notes from him because he'll actually play Di Maria, not like Dybala. Well, he sits on the bench beside Dybala. But I think Di Maria he's a consummate pro. It's all that jargon that you want. Like he's a good pro. Yeah, go ahead.
He seems to be kind of like what I would describe, and this is again, American terminology, but like kind of a glue guy. That would be kind of good to play out there for Juventus. The only thing I wonder is, like, obviously, like you said, he's 34 years old, so he's definitely old. And then also that it's like how much is he going to be relied upon to score for Juventus? I mean, I'd imagine that's something you're looking at, especially when you're getting rid of Dybala. Some stats basically out there. I don't. Obviously, the situation of PSG is very different than Juventus when it comes to the players that they've added on, the firepower that they've gotten there. But just for some stats, for stats' sake, he averaged about 16.5-ish goals a season from 2015 to 2020. That's just really me averaging out 5 seasons or 6 seasons, and just putting a range from 13 goals a season to 21 goals a season as a high. And then the last 2 years, though, he's only had 5 goals last year and then 3 this year so far during the last 2 seasons. Obviously a drop off, but it's kind of to be expected given the players that they brought in.
Yeah. Obviously, when you have Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, how is Di Maria supposed to start? Unless you put him in midfield, but then you can't, like, the balance is just not there. So I understand Pochettino's nightmare that he has, because, like, how do you start all 4 of them, and then you have Verratti as well, and then you put some plug beside Verratti because that's all they have after. So it's difficult there. So yeah, you still take him though. Like, his goals. Don't worry about his goals. Worry about what he does on the field, because he is an engine that doesn't stop moving.
What do you think overall what's the biggest, the best quality that he brings to the club, that he'd do for Juventus, especially given what we have right now? Where would he stick out the most?
Again, his engine, he'll keep moving and he'll make runs in the attacking third. He'll create stuff. He can create goals out of nothing. He's very creative. He has the chip down, he has the scoops, he has the flicks, all that stuff, all working around. As Davide gets licked all to the rest of the night.
Davide's got his, you've got yours. I need to grab my dog and put him up here on me. He's too big.
And then Di Maria can score clutch goals. Champions League finals he scored. Copa America final he scored. He didn't play in the World Cup final, and that was obviously a miss for Argentina then. But man, he's a solid player.
Yeah, guys,
aging but solid.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, if you're in here right now, we ask you please hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and also hit the bell icon to stay notified for all our videos. But mainly hit the like button, as it really helps us when we bring these videos. It's free. All you have to do is just hit that little button there. And I see 80% say that they have hit the like button. I see 26 likes in here, and there's 41 votes. So I think a lot of you are liars. So I appreciate it, but please hit the like button right now if you haven't already. It really does make a big difference. I'm seeing a lot of different opinions there in the chat right now. I'm looking through it right now because I don't want to neglect you guys, because I appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. We see Dash is saying Di Maria is a good stopgap for 2 years, and that's kind of what I'm more agreeing with. I definitely think, obviously this is not going to be a long-term option. I mean, I would imagine. I see Andrew Finnan was saying that him getting Di Maria on a 2-year deal with an option of a third, but that the club can activate, not the player, I guess.
That's fair.
It could be. I want to lean toward like 1 to 2, really, but at the same time, I don't think maybe 1-year deal is not. I don't think he would probably agree to that, because it'd be like, no. I want to have some kind of security for 2 years.
Yes,
when normal people would maybe phase out their career.
I agree.
So, I mean, I guess overall, I think we're Davide. I apologize. Did you give any other kind of serious thought on when it comes to Di Maria? Any thoughts you want to get out there? I know Julian and I have talked a lot.
No, he's a good player. Yeah, the age, sure, but I mean, he's coming pretty cheap. So yeah, we need to fill that position. I don't see why he can't plug a hole for a couple of years. Like, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
And Hassa keeps on calling you out. Why?
Yeah, I'm looking at
him belly old. Yeah.
I think my guy, I've been awake. Yeah, I think I realized I messed that one up. I was awake at 2 a.m. this morning, Hosta. So cut me some freaking slack. Throw me a freaking bone here. I was going at that point. I was trying to wrap up the video. I think because I think Dembele was at the end of the video, the end of the news after I talked about all the midfield stuff and all that was going on with that, which we're gonna touch on. But yeah, I got that one wrong. My bad. I guess. Sorry, I know he's not old. I don't know why I said that. I think I may have been thinking about another player at that point. I mean, I don't think it was Di Maria. It may have been, but Di Maria I think was earlier in there. Anyway, bleep you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Thanks for keeping him honest. We need this.
Exactly. That's what I need. I need people to check me all the time. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, I get enough of it anyway. Anyway, that's what the situation when it comes to them. We want to touch on Di Maria. We want to touch on the topic of the player. Do. Yeah, I do. Maybe give me a little liquored up, and then we'll be good to go. But anyway, that's what it stands right now with him. The next topic that I really wanted to get into, and Davide brought this one up. Oh, go ahead. You're about to say something. I see.
Just so we can close the book on Di Maria. Mohamed Kali says, "Why Di Maria when we can get Anthony from Ajax?"
Yeah.
Anthony's going to cost 60 mil. Di Maria's going to be free, just a couple year in wages. Makes too much sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next topic we're going to talk about, and obviously I'm moving through this one. I'm probably a little bit slower than maybe we'd hope. But at the same time, we're getting on to the next topic, which is something that Davide brought up, and I brought it up haphazardly during a debate show, so we didn't really get to dive into it. I feel like we haven't touched on it much in the week since then. I haven't even talked about it in the daily video. But basically, the rumored Juventus shirt that we've seen out there. I mean, I guess I could try to pull it up. I mean, you know what it is. Everybody's seen it by now, I'd imagine, right? The tessellated stripes with the. I mean, I don't. It's a mess.
So sorry.
On my screen.
Are we gonna go 1, 2, 3 in a row and say our rating out of like 10 or something?
We can do that if you want.
What do we want to do here?
I was pretty vocal. Like, I didn't hear a word Alejandro said on Friday when we were doing the debate show because I looked at it and I was like, this cannot be real. No, you cannot go and give us a solid shirt for one season just to go back to crap. It was my initial thought. So there's me. What are your all thoughts? I guess so.
I share screen.
Make sure
see if I can do it.
Yeah, say make sure your screen.
No, that's not then.
Make sure it's safe. Actually, here I can do this. Actually, I got it. I realize I can do this. I got it. I have it on my phone, and I can just send it here.
Is that
What's going on here?
I don't know.
Yeah, I see.
Maybe it's not working.
Yeah, it may not. Let me. I have it on here. So go ahead. You guys go ahead and give me your thoughts. I'm gonna throw it up here.
I think it's.
To be honest,
sorry.
Actually, go. Or David, go. Go.
No, go ahead.
You
sorry.
You go.
Okay, I'll start. My bad. We're doing it again. All right. So, I think the classic case of good from far, far from good.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't really see what's going on from far away, and it's just like, okay, there's something going on there, and then you go up close. It's this weird fractal design.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the one from the Sarri year with the pink stripe down. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I could live with this. Like, I don't think it's atrocious. I can live with it. But yeah, the classic stripes. Yeah. You guys can see in my background. I kind of have the ones from the similar last year, and what was it, 2-3 years ago? The other one behind me.
Yeah.
That's the style I like. I like a little more classic.
Yeah, throw it up right now. This is from Footy Headlines. Sorry, it's not. I haven't pre-done a graphic, so I'm just. It's gonna take up the whole screen. I don't know if you guys can see it where you are. That's. This is what they gave us. Yes, there he is. There he is.
That's what he thinks about it.
Boo's not a fan. I'd probably be a little bit easier on it if it weren't for the stupid lightning bolts in the Jeep.
What, you don't like Thor? That's the only thing I like about it.
No, I don't. I like not for my shirt. I love it. I love a traditional black and white stripes. I mean, no, it's not. I haven't seen it really confirmed, Host. I haven't really seen it, but I haven't seen anybody flat out say this is not
Deny
what it
it.
is. Yeah, I haven't seen any kind of serious, and that's where I have a bit of a red flag for me personally, because usually when one gets thrown out there, you get a lot of people crushing and just say, no, that's not it. Pretty quickly. This one, I've seen some conversation of maybe it's a template one that was made, but maybe that's not the option they're going to go with. And also, like, doesn't match up with any of the rumored the color scheme and all of that stuff. I don't know if you've seen, the color scheme was like a white, black, yellow, and the only yellow on there are the stars, I guess. So
I want to see some of the classics, like the all gold one from, was that in the early 2000s?
Was that when Del Piero? That's 2008, right?
Yeah. Was it? Okay, yeah. It wasn't that long ago then. Yeah. There's things like that, or like the classic 90s, not like the pseudo retro blue one that we have now, but like the actual blue and yellow one. Like, just do like an honest recreation of some retro ones if you want to be a little more creative, because that's sort of the theme, anyways. That everyone likes the retro. 90s is becoming a thing now, right? So let's hit up the 90s.
Well, Man United. Yeah, Man United's kicking it back old school with their new one as well. Right. So
maybe I don't know. Like I've seen people love the and I'm not saying it's not, honestly, the more and more I look at it, let me throw it back up there. It's not like sitting back and looking at it. It's not as bad as when it's zoomed in.
Yeah, when good it's from far, but far from good.
Yeah, exactly. When it's zoomed in, it's too much. It's too much. Like, I don't like it's just like unnecessary, whatever that is. It kind of goes along with the grandma sweater that they're wearing right now as warm-ups. If you know what I'm talking about. It's like an 80s. It looks
kind of African to me, like 90s African.
Yeah, it's either African or it reminds me of like 80s grandma would wear it. Like every, that style that doesn't make sense. But if I zoom out from it, it looks better than I originally think, but it's kind of meh to me. Anyway, where was he? I think he said it was Forza Juve or something like that. Yeah. Who asked why is the Jeep crooked? It's not crooked. It's just the overall shirt is slanted in the picture. I don't know.
Yeah.
The picture was originally taken hanging on a hook. Like, you can see that picture. They just cut the background out.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, it is what it is. Here we go, another season of this. I mean, I don't know. I guess in other sports, like, again, I'm going to bring up a home one when it comes to Louisville. One thing I've noticed is sometimes, and it really hasn't been equivalent to Juve, but like the uglier the shirt, sometimes the better the performance. So we'll see. Sometimes it works.
That gold one from 2008, that was atrocious, but it's classic.
Some people think it's beautiful. I don't. But I thought it was fine. But I think it's also one of those things where the play of the team can make you love a shirt.
100%.
You put Del Piero on that. Yeah, it's classic because the number 10 Del Piero's there.
Exactly. Okay, let's continue it on. We can only sit on talking about this stupid shirt for so long right now. Not that it's stupid. We're going to get through this next part pretty quickly, because then I want Julian to be able to touch on what he wanted to talk about near the end of the show. But for right now, the way we sit right now is Tudo Sports basically reporting the Mercato strategy for Juventus. And who knows? It's Rambo's asking who's snoring. It's Boo. It's Julian's wife. His wife is right there. He calls her Boo. He calls her Boo thing, and she's just right there snoring away. Yeah, guys. Also, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button right now. Anyway, let me go ahead and get back into this. Tudo Sports basically reporting that they know what the Mercato strategy priority is for Juventus, and their report is something that's not going to make Julian happy. It's not going to make Hanin, and I think Hanin's one of them, and some other people not happy as well, saying that Zaniolo is, I guess, priority number one followed by a regista, and then a left back, and then I guess everything else can follow as it will. That's what they're reporting, saying right now. This is your opportunity if you want to bitch and moan about Zaniolo again. I think we've done a lot on the channel of that. I personally, obviously, I'm a Italian shill, and I love Zaniolo, even though he's not healthy, and he probably will be another Dybala situation. So I'm in the middle now. I instead of being pro Zaniolo, I'm like right in the middle of like, okay. Go ahead. You're all. Let it out.
Julian, you want to throw the hate down first?
I'll throw it down. I'll throw it down.
Let's because I'll top it off with something nice for them.
Okay. Here we go. Zaniolo is so bad that nobody notices him, and Roma's almost caught up to us now, and they're having great form. Zaniolo has 5 goal contributions this year as a forward, playing on a team that likes to attack, with Tammy Abraham, with Lorenzo Pellegrini, with all these players that like to go and attack. Nicolo Zaniolo,
yes,
can't make the Italian national team or start an important game because of 5. There's like 6 players ahead of him.
Yeah, it's not great when you're seeing Tonali get more time than him, and I don't.
Not even that.
Yeah.
Not even that. Lorenzo Insigne started ahead of him. Berardi starts ahead of him.
Yeah.
Bernardeschi starts ahead of him. So what does that say about our coaching? Like, I know it can say something about the player, but what does it say about the coaching?
Yeah, maybe
starting.
Maybe Mancini is just another symptom of the issue. He's not giving these young guys the time that they need because he's stuck letting Immobile and Berardi play. Maybe that's what it is.
Immobile's name is like immobile, like motionless.
Yes.
You know? It kind of makes sense if you think about it.
No, it's true. Okay, so just going off.
Guess who's hurt again?
Who? Did we just get a... Oh, is Zaniolo hurt?
Yes.
When?
God, for what?
Right now?
He hurt us, he's out with a thigh injury.
I have thoughts. When I say thoughts, I wonder if he's actually hurt, because there's a lot of issues going on right now with him and Mourinho. So part of me wonders half the time if he's actually injured or it's a drama situation and they just say injury too. It probably is an injury, but there could be that. I don't know. Kind of with the Dybala situation sometimes back in October when it was heated up a little bit and it'd be like, oh, he's out this week. Part of me wondered if he actually was injured, but maybe it is. Okay.
Well, look at his new haircut though. It's high and tight. He knows he's going to be coached by Allegri. He expects utmost professionalism. Allegri already gave him the calls. Like, listen, kid, you better shape up, clean yourself up, because you're coming to the big league now.
Yeah, he gets it. He gets it. Zaniolo's the kid. Anyway, the only thing I can really say. So right now, the only other report really with Zaniolo is just they're saying he's target number 1. Interest seems to be real and momentum growing for him. Move on from Zaniolo. Let's put up.
I hope Roma keep asking for 70 or 80 mil.
Dude, obviously, for all the people that are getting their pennies in a wad about the amount of money they're asking, they're not getting that amount of money. It's just a nonsense ask. It's stupid.
I hope they keep asking for it, though.
Last time they really talked about it, I heard 50 was the number. It's going to keep going down. I think, obviously, somewhere around the 35 probably range is probably where they're going to probably end up settling. I could be wrong. But that's where I feel like you're going to have 1 year left on his contract. If he really wants Juventus, a similar situation, or if he just wants to go somewhere else, he can kind of force the deal, right? I'd imagine, if they want to make some money. If they don't want to pull a Juve, I guess, right now.
Can we just... one more thing.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
If we end up spending $40 million on this dude, and he ends up scoring 2 league goals as a forward...
Yeah, we're going to crush him like Bernardeschi.
It's $20 million worth a goal.
Yeah.
No.
It better be a nice goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we make a new rule? No more remember how Pjanic was Candyman?
Yeah.
Zaniolo has to be something.
Zaniolo. See, the thing is,
he's Voldemort.
See, the problem is I think we were all in lockstep about Pjanic. We were all in agreement about disliking Pjanic and not wanting him. There's still, it's you and Alejandro in the front, hugging hands and tugging each other, whatever you got going on there. And then I'm over here in the back just like, just like reaching out at him. Just still, there's still the little bit, there's that little bit of lust still like right there. Like, I understand you're a problem. You're an issue. You got injuries, you got baggage, you got all that going on. But there's still that shine that I'm trying to work off of me. I'm not saying I'm right. But I'm just saying it's still there. It's still there. But yeah, I mean, if you feel free to give him whatever name you want, I'll go along with it. That's fine. You gotta come.
He's
be creative. Voldemort. I mean,
he shall not be named. Kong the Conqueror.
I thought that was the guy that you still have just in there upside down in your room. The guy that shall not be.
Oh yeah, that was Ronaldo. That's what we said about him. Yeah, that's true.
We're saying
we're saying the name now. We're saying it. I bring it up enough anyway. All right. I was gonna go off that. Do you all have a Regista and a left back? You'd go if that's where your option is. Say you're stuck with it. You eat your vegetables. Zaniolo's gonna be coming. There's your vegetables. Who would you put alongside him at Regista and left back to start it out? And how do you make this situation better?
You start Sule.
You say that again?
Yeah, Sule. Go Sule. He's good.
Start Sule.
Yeah.
Who do you buy at Regista and left back if you're Juventus to make the situation better?
The only Regista that exists is Jorginho, realistically.
That's a good point.
That's true.
A pure Regista, it's him. So,
okay, this is all gonna go with kind of what I was trying to work to. So I'm gonna go ahead and just like I said, I'm taking enough time as it is anyway. I want to get into what I'm trying to really segue, and I'm not segueing at all because I'm just talking longer and longer as I do this. All right. So say that's your option. Say Jorginho's potentially an option. But also looking at the Mercato, we look at the midfield options. The left back, do you want to just say a left back? I don't care. I mean, I want a left back, but there's nobody who really there's nobody who's doing it for me. Is there somebody who does it for you right now? I know you're a big Emerson Palmieri guy, right? Julian, I think that's your guy.
I can't. Are you serious?
No, it was a joke. Anyway, yes.
Anything's better than Alexandro, so I don't really care.
That's true. You can't do much worse in that situation. Okay, fine. Let's move on from there. Guys, if you all are in the chat, you all let us know the left back. We're going to come back to the chat. I apologize. We're working through this. We had a show planned, and we're doing as we can. As it stands right now, obviously, we go look at the other midfield targets. I'm just going to touch on this, just tap him real quick. Pogba, his current situation, conflicting reports. One says basically it's cooling down. Others saying that PSG is offering a lower wage as well than Man United's willing to offer, and with that, he'd probably be more open to preferring Juve over PSG in that situation if they're both lower options.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
On that Pirlo or Pogba thing?
I was just touching on it.
Yeah. Samuel Luckhurst, who reported that, is very in touch or in tune with Man United news, so he may actually really want to come back. He may actually really, really want to come back. It's just down to money at this point.
Yeah. So I mean, if Juventus are maybe willing to pay a little bit more than PSG would be willing to pay, maybe it'll happen.
I have an idea. Save the Zaniolo money and put it on Pogba.
No, we're getting both.
Okay, well that's kind of okay. This is kind of where I want to go with this. The next part of this, and that's why I just wanted to tap Roo on Pogba, is Milinkovic-Savic is the other news that we had. Basically saying, and there's not a ton there. There's a little bit, but it's basically Kedubini and Arriva Bene are supposedly crazy about Milinkovic-Savic. Can't blame them. Great player. Could be an awesome get for Juventus.
Yep.
Right now, it still appears to be 70 million euros that is needed to end up getting him, with Man United and PSG also in the fold for him. Of course, it's just kind of a little love triangle right now with Juve, PSG, Man United when it comes to, obviously Pogba.
Targets,
Yeah, Milinkovic-Savic, all that's going on there. This is my question is right now, say Zaniolo, or I guess you could even move on. I've seen other guys in the chat right now list out other options, obviously instead of Zaniolo. But if Zaniolo is for some reason priority number one, and that's who they go get, and they get him. We talked about just the other day, Elkin reaffirmed his commitment to Juventus to be willing to pay the serious money to be successful, right?
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, you do know where I'm going with it. Well, you know it because I sent you the show notes, so you should know where I'm going with it because I already wrote it out and showed you where I was going with it. But anyway, you didn't read it. It's fine. It's okay. I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I'm trying to put together something decent, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that with this commitment from Elkin and from Exor, that they would go after both Zaniolo and SMS in the summer and try to bring both of those players in the midfield? I guess
you seen the Allegri meme popping around?
Which one?
Conference.
No.
No.
You don't think there's even a chance that they would do that?
No.
Why not?
Well, why not? No.
Why not? Yeah, tell me why not.
Because
there's money.
Again, Elkin. Yes, he said he's there for the team. Whatever. How do you stomach paying 120 mil on Zaniolo and Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, and then you still have to improve other ways?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he means he's going to help Juventus in that big of a way, especially in this summer.
Well,
maybe
the midfield,
I'll always be there for you.
So it's like the ex-girlfriend that's just kind of like, I'll always love you.
The ex-girlfriend.
Okay, the side piece.
The parent. The parent.
Okay, the parent.
Unconditional love. I'll always be there for you. I'll give you money whenever you need it.
I didn't read it that way. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't read it that way. I read it as like we're not effing around. The last 2 years are unacceptable for Juventus. We got to do better. And
that's how I saw it.
Thank you. That's why I have David here. I need somebody who agrees with me. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I got money, guys, and I'm going to use it. That's kind of how it came off.
He's always had money.
He has mentioned it. Oh, I have money, but I'm not going to spend it. Why would he even bother?
He's been helping pay for Ronaldo the last few years. You've been paying for Ronaldo. You've been paying for.
You almost shut down Fiat because of that.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I think Fiat's reputation probably just almost shut down Fiat.
That's fair. I think I don't know. This is just where I'm going with it. I just think there's something there to me that says maybe you could get. I mean, you make a big splash, like, because I don't know. I Milinkovic-Savic maybe is less likely. Maybe. Okay, what if we refix this? And Milinkovic-Savic is obviously it's buku dollars. It's ridiculous the amount of money they're asking for him. Lotito and all that. He did it himself when he decided to renew with Lazio, whatever, a year or two ago, or whatever.
Yep.
What about like a Zaniolo and or either. And Zaniolo because I'm going with the premise that Zaniolo is the number one priority. Either Pogba or Jorginho. What about getting something like that done? Is that possible?
I think Pogba's more realistic because he's a free transfer.
Right.
Yes, there's wage, but like it's a free transfer, so you don't have to spend 60 plus 40 in wage over 3 years. So the commitment to the money is better if it's Pogba, but if it's Jorginho, you still have to pay a wage and a fee.
Yeah. Well, Jorginho the idea of Jorginho and Zaniolo would fit the Regista and Zaniolo.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Idea.
With Palmieri, and then you basically have half the
Palmieri.
Maybe dare I say Berardi? Like what? Why not? Like let's just get them all.
I would literally. I would. I can't. I feel like I can't.
I stopped taking myself seriously. Yeah.
I was about to say what I would do on air, and I was like, that's probably going to get this video flagged, so I can't say that. It would not be good. I would just quit doing the show. That would be it. I would just quit the channel. No more daily videos. It's Julian and Alejandro who have to go talk about Emerson Palmieri and what he's doing. And
the international team.
Yes, basically. As much as I love the national team.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Biancan. Anyway, never mind. I was gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing. Let's see. Let's see a couple people. And I apologize, guys. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hosto say $8 million a season. Max for Pogba is what they should be willing to pay. I mean, it depends how serious you are about getting a good player, and it also depends how your good player options start to dwindle down. Say even, regardless of how we feel about Zaniolo, say he ends up re-upping with Roma. Say Jorginho re-ups with Chelsea, or he goes somewhere else. Then you're gonna okay, Pogba, we gotta pay you whatever you need, because otherwise, what else is gonna excite people? It's gonna be
interesting when, because Pogba's a free agent and he can sign literally tomorrow with someone. So if he is not the priority, I don't think he is a thing. I guess that's why they're doing the homework now and talking to these agents and sniffing around. Matej Kiesman for Milinkovic-Savic, talking to the Volker Struth for other players. I guess because Pogba's gonna not sign obviously tomorrow with someone. It's not gonna be crazy like that, but in a month I can see him signing after the season will be over for some leagues, around late May. And why wouldn't you just get your deal done? Your next deal done.
I think they're really doing their homework though.
You think they're doing their homework?
Yeah, because they know they have.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so why rush on any of it? Why rush? You got time.
No, I agree. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying if because of Pogba's contractual situation, I don't think you kind of have to rush if you want him. Is that?
I don't know, because but I think he's kind of has his heart. Maybe he's not in a rush because he's waiting for Juve. Maybe Juve knows.
Maybe. That's a good point. Could be a thing.
Yeah, I think SMS is probably the primary target, and knowing that is going to be a bit of a hard ask at that price. If that goes, if that stands, then Pogba is probably not even second choice. It's probably 1.5 choice.
Yeah. Yep. 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
One of our valued members, Haneen, asks us, we say we have 50 to 60 million euros. What position would you spend it on?
Midfield.
Yeah, it's still midfield. It's still, you need to have, you've seen how it looked without Zakaria there. And Rabiot only showed up one game so far. He's done. I'm not going to go back on Rabiot. I know even Alejandro said to the group, I think it was in the member chat, right? Where he said about the idea of keeping him if we play a 2-man midfield and that he might stay longer. And I wanted to throw my phone. As soon as Alejandro said that, I was like, I don't know what he's smoking or drinking in Italy right now, but I don't need that kind of negativity in my life, especially not at 5 a.m. when I'm barely awake or whatever. That's what I'm saying. But I think definitely in the midfield. I think who would we spend it on? Who would be your top option then? Would it be? It would be Milinkovic-Savic, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit because it's 50-60. Obviously, maybe it's a potential that it could go down that low, but
I think you could probably get him 50-60.
But if say he's off the table, obviously we all like Milinkovic-Savic. We'd love to be able to get him. They're not going to pay. They're not going to spend. They're not going to let us do that much. Who would it be? Was it Jorginho then?
Are we asking about rumored players? Or are we asking about?
I guess if you want to go pick somebody off the street, go ahead. You let us know. Who do you think?
Well, if it's cheaper, I like Yuri Tielemans, but he'll be cheaper than that.
True. Yeah.
And then you still have your. I know they're linked elsewhere, but Gravenberch and Tchouaméni. If you have that kind of cash, you can probably throw down a bit.
Tchouaméni for sure. That's a good one.
Yeah. No, that is. I probably would still be. Obviously, I'm not the smartest person when it comes to spending my money. So when it comes to this, I'd still probably lend to spending it toward if we can get a Jorginho and Zaniolo, maybe you can get a package deal and get it. Well, I don't know. That's not a package deal, but I don't know if you'd be able to do 30 each. How much is Jorginho?
Made an Italy gift basket. You just buy all the Italian players.
Yeah, you just buy them all together. That's what I'd be leaning to do. Well, because I think if I say one of them, I'm 50-60 for one of them. It's ridiculous. I guess pocket the money and use the rest for somebody else. And that's where it sits right now. I we'll see more as this develops, but it just seems to me pretty focused in on 3 or 4 names, and it's been pretty consistently this. I know a lot of people come on the channel and say we still have a lot of time, and there's still a lot of time, but there's some names getting floated out. For instance, Carlos, is it Soler? Soler.
Spanish. Soler.
Yes, Carlos Soler and Julian Weigl. I guess Weigl.
You go say it like you're angry. Get angry at it.
And it's German, so it's Julian.
Expressing dick. Anyway, hey, Derek, expressing dick. Anyway,
Yeah.
the show got canceled. Anyway, Julian and Carlos are two of the latest names to be rumored with Juventus, and these are some of the younger options. I think, if I'm correct, I am not super fluent in these two players, so this is where I kind of hand it off a little bit to Julian. I don't know how much time do you have on the video. Do we want to dive into this?
I got time.
Okay. As long as you got time, okay. Let's. I will hand it off to you now. Talk about these young players, and then talk about what you want to do.
All right. So Julian Weigl is he's a German-born central midfielder who also plays center back. He's around 25, 26 years old. He came from Dortmund. Was it Dortmund or Bayern Munich? I forget. Whatever. Now he's on Benfica. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch today's game, so I don't know how he did. I'm not sure, but he's like. He's not the flashiest guy. He's solid. He keeps everything simple. He's one of those kind of players.
That's what my wife said about me. It's perfect. That's exactly it.
He doesn't really influence matches at all. But if you can get him for like 10 million as a backup, sure. But like, you shouldn't be even sniffing around this if you're trying to start him. Mm-hmm. Now we'll go to Carlos Soler. Who is in the exact same spot. If you sign Carlos Soler and he's your starting midfield or and you play him as a starting winger, you are destined to keep being fourth. You are destined for that because he is slightly above average. He doesn't have. He's tricky, but he's not going to beat his man every single time. He's not the most creative guy, and he doesn't have the best shot. So again, what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to get impact players or more bench players?
My kind of feeling is, and let me know if you think that I'm wrong here, but I feel like when it comes to these players that are rumored for Juventus, the Soler, the Weigl, I don't know why I even try to say the names, but I kind of view them as they would be the additional piece to the big splash name. Like they would be like the second.
That'd be fine then.
Because I just think if you're going off and you're chirping big bleep about how you're going to go get a big splash for, it's been going on for a couple months now, talking about, they're going to spend money, they're going to invest. We got Vlahovic, we got Zakaria. We're not done. We're going to go get a guy who's going to go out there, change this team. We're going to go compete and to win the Scudetto next year and then compete in the UCL. It ain't going to be one of these two names as the sole guy.
Absolutely not.
You can't headline.
Absolutely not. No.
And this is probably under the assumption that Arthur and Rabi are gone too, so you just need more depth.
Yeah, and that's why I said. Sorry, let's get the pronunciation right. If Julian Weigl is going to be the guy coming in, he cannot start. He cannot start big games if people are hurt. Fine, I guess it's out of necessity. But if people are not hurt, like other players are not hurt, that guy can't be your starter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I completely agree on that.
Just looking at transfer market, there's a huge pay gap with Soler at 55. I know these are just they're not the most accurate, but 55 compared to 24 for Weigl.
Yeah.
So we're not paying 55 for Soler.
Oh, we better not.
Or probably not even 24 for Weigl. I don't know. It's probably 20 at the top end.
Are you on transfer market?
Yeah, I know it's not the best.
No. I actually wanted a question about that. I think Carlos Soler's contract ends in 2023, correct?
I think so. I think those were reported, yeah.
Yeah, June, yeah, so 2023.
Absolutely. You're like the most you should spend on that dude just because he's younger and has a little established career so far, a little bit of an established career, 20 million max. And he's a good squad player at that point.
Yeah, that's not super expensive, probably on a decent wage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like one that you could do, like with Haneen's 50 to 60 mil, you can go get Jorginho and add him alongside him. I mean, or something like that.
Oh, that's a bad summer if you get Jorginho and Carlos Soler. That's bad.
I agree. I'm just saying.
But that's within those confines, 50 to 60, that would work.
Mm-hmm. No, it's. I'm not saying it excites me. Youssef's over here saying go get Di Maria, Raspadori, SMS, and Pogba. I mean, that would be a hell of a. I would be happy.
That's 2 free agents and a young Italian player and the loaded center midfielder. Yeah. So
that would be good. Yeah.
That is what was reported. That is the summer that was reported. That's never going to happen. That's fantasy land. That's 110 million plus infinite wages. That's not happening.
Yeah,
but that's the rumor.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. That's what they're at least building up in the fans.
Yeah.
To dream about. So we'll see what we end up getting. I'm sure we'll review this in the end of July, August, and be like, well,
we got nobody.
Next summer! We got next summer! Oh, wait. Or I guess next summer, or after the summer, we'll be like, the winter. Maybe we actually will buy somebody in the winter again. Maybe, a big name.
The winter transfer market kings.
Maybe, maybe.
We are those guys.
This is what we start doing. Jeff Costello says we need fullbacks, guys. All right. I get it. Okay. Go ahead with the rest of what you wanted to do, my friend.
Oh, are you just handing it off to me right now? Okay,
Yeah, it's your show now.
Are we giving handers again?
I am. They're a little more expensive than they used to be, but it's my show.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, it's mine now.
Oh, it's yours now. Yeah. You're right.
So now we will be discussing the meeting that happened today. Justin's favorite thing of all. It was between Carabini and an agent called Volker Struth. I mentioned his name earlier. He is obviously, like I said, he's an agent, and I can't pronounce his agency. Well, I can. It's Sports 360 GmbH, whatever it is. And you would assume that they were discussing a host of players, not just Julian Weigl, not just him. So I'm going to read out a couple more names that are nice to hear. And I'll let you guys in the chat, if they want to say yes to them, no to them, why are we even talking to this Volker Struth guy in the first place? Mm-hmm. And we'll go from there. So I can guarantee everybody that we were not discussing Dayot Upamecano from Bayern Munich. I guarantee you that. Because he just transferred to Bayern Munich, and it was for a lot of money, and he is going to be their starter in the future at center back. So probably not him. The next name is kind of interesting because we need a forward, we need an attacker, and this guy is struggling, and maybe we can get him a bit of a cheaper rate, and it's Timo Werner.
Oh,
I say hell no. I say hell no. You've always liked him, which is fair. He reminds me of it. I think he's a German Morata.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, that's fairly accurate. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And right away, Nick Milutinovic is saying no. I agree.
What's the cost though? What's his? That's kind of the thing too.
It would probably be anywhere from 35 to 40 million, unless they want their money back, and that's going to be even more.
Yeah, not just no, hell no.
That's a hell no because his contract, his contract ends in 2025, which you have to pay the full brunt of the transfer fee. So I would say no.
He's valued at 46, so
yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably 40-ish in that range.
Yeah, I would not pay that.
I mean, I don't know. I just like him for my own reasons.
Yeah,
I don't really have a good one. I just like him. I don't know if I would spend 40 million, like with what we need, where we need to spend money. I don't know if that's smart, obviously.
Yeah. And I'm saying just keep Morata. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they're gonna keep Morata. But this is just going through the players, right? This is what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the players. I'm not saying we're linked to any of them. Yeah, it is a lot of speculation because again, the agent literally met with Carabini today. I'm sure Alejandro wanted to be a fly on the wall there.
He may have been. We don't know.
Yeah, Niklas Schula is another client, but he's on his way to Dortmund, so that doesn't count. And the next one is Toni Kroos.
Ooh.
And Toni Kroos has 1 year left on his contract, and Toni Kroos could be a regista. And Toni Kroos is excellent, but he's a no-no.
Isn't he?
He's 33 years old. He'll be 33 years old. But he has quality, man. Like obviously everyone knows Toni Kroos. The guy can pass the ball in the net from 25 yards out. Go ahead, Justin.
So what you're doing with the segment is just telling us all the players we're not going to get.
Right now, yes.
Actually, wait.
There's a couple names. Yeah.
Let me time this out. I hear Davide going through, searching all these players. I'll just send him the list that you sent me earlier. That makes it easier instead of him going through and researching every. And there we go.
That super clicky keyword. That's no. Yeah.
No. I'm not upset about that. I'm just saying, I can hear him doing research, and I'm just have the list. There you go. Now you can move down it easier. There you go.
Okay. So while we agree that Toni Kroos is a top midfielder, he's not coming. So let's move on from that. Next one is interesting in my opinion. It's Amadou Haidara from Leipzig. He's very interesting. He's such an interesting player because he's old. No, what?
I'm kidding. I'm saying it because I always keep saying everybody's old. I messed up with Dybala. Yeah, I know.
He's 24 years old, and his progressive passes mirrors what Locatelli was doing with Sassuolo. Now, Allegri wants to play vertical ball. Like he always says, let's play vertically. Never happens. So I don't know if that's going to happen with Haidara as well. Haidara just hurt his MCL, so I don't know what the situation is there for now. I'm not a Leipzig doctor, but that is an interesting one to keep tabs on. He's not the high profile player, but he is better than Julian Weigl in my opinion. So I'd rather have him.
Haneen asks,
sorry, go ahead.
And Haneen asks, does he have a good left back?
The best left back is 28 years old, and he plays for PSV, I think. It's Philip Max. So
the answer is
no. Another player is obviously Julian Weigl, and it gets worse from here.
Yeah, it does. I'm looking.
You looking at the list now?
Yeah. I just decided now I'd start doing the work.
Yeah.
Now I'll start doing the prep. I'm prepping for the show now. An hour and 6 minutes in. So I mean, is it Julian Weigl? Is he the one that they're discussing the most? I mean, we know that was rumored to be who they're talking about, but is there anybody else?
I can see a couple other players being mentioned. Like I can see Amadou Haidara just because he's at Leipzig and it's a stepping stone club. Yeah. Obviously Benfica is also a stepping stone club, so Julian Weigl is obviously going to get mentioned. They're both central midfielders. Timo Werner, for obvious reasons, because he doesn't start at Chelsea, he doesn't get much playing time, but he kind of stinks. I don't really care. Other than that, I see that on the screen. Dayot Upamecano's not coming, neither is Toni Kroos.
Yeah. I'm confused. Is this something that happened in a different live that Haas's top?
It's another multiverse. It's not the sacred timeline.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. I was so confused at what was going on. Got it. Haneen says she thinks it was for Werner. Or Werner.
She thinks it's for Werner? Are you in Italy right now? Because I want to know if you're the fly on the wall. That'd be sweet. I'm saying no to Werner still. Obviously, Davide is yes to Werner, and Justin is.
We already have Morata. Like you said, we don't really.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
good.
and I'm just operating under the belief that Morata's staying. So
okay, time out though. Let's think. Let's think about this though. Atletico wants what? 25-30 mil for Morata?
35 is the initial deal.
35 is the deal, and then what they want, like 10 million off?
I think what they proposed was loan for another year at 10, and then 25 mil after that. So it's still 35 mil.
Yeah. I think Juve are eventually going to try to get it for about 20. About 15, 20, like the final number. I don't know how much but if they're going to be spending that much money and it ends up equaling, that'd be stupid. Except for unless they're just paying for the loan to pay the same amount slower. You
amortize it over a longer period.
Yeah,
over another year.
Yeah,
that's tough because Timo Werner's 4 years younger than Morata. Morata knows the club too well, and he's not flourishing. He's doing much better in this role, this Mandzukic role now, that we don't know if Timo Werner is going to ever excel in.
Yeah. I love this comment is probably one of my favorites right here. Learn English with Jimmy. JB says Dybala isn't good really. It's just like I don't know what time they posted. Like I know what time they posted. They just posted it like recently, but like I don't know if they're just restarting the video and they're watching it back then. And, like when we've moved on past Dybala, we're just like we're done with him. He's gonna go be an Inter player. But anyway, sorry, derail what you're saying.
Do we want to learn English from a guy with no punctuation?
Yeah.
No capital letters. No, yeah. Just kidding. I don't learn English. I've seen they've been on the channel. I've seen them plenty. So no disrespect to you, my guy, or gal, or gal. Is that You got to go? Is that something going on?
No, it's okay.
All right. And then we have Hasta, of course. And I've seen a couple people comment this today. Obviously, talking about Nkunku or Pedri for Juve. Or they're saying
Pedri is never, ever, 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 ever coming. Yeah. Ever.
Let him dream.
Nice.
Never, though. Never.
What about Nkunku?
Nkunku, mate. Nkunku's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, see that.
Yeah. So
but Pedri's going to stay in Spain or perhaps EPL between those two.
I think that guy is a Barcelona guy for the rest of his career, just like in the similar mold as Xavi and Iniesta.
No, I see that, but I can also see perhaps Man City coming in, just like tossing money out.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
I completely agree. Let's see. Trying to look through any of the other comments if anybody has to say. Oh, here we go. Now we're back on the Dybala stuff. Master G says Dybala's injured a lot, and when he plays, he's good half of the time. He's not a $10 million a year player. 5 to 7 mil is good enough for his quality. I do hope he signs and stays, but I don't think he is the player. He's not staying. He's not signing. We were done, guys. Guys. He's done. Like the room, whatever. There was some nonsense out there. They have communicated to him. Your time's done. You're done, son. Appreciate what you did, kind of, but we're going to go find a replacement. Can we put that one to bed? Everybody good to put that to bed? All right, let's put that to bed. What else we got here? I see Jeff Costello says, I want you, or somebody,
I
Daniela.
see Zeus's butt. I'm seeing Zeus's butt a lot.
I want you to explain to me what Zeus's butthole is like, and that's what he said. I need to.
So Jeff Costello said, "Can anyone explain how in Zeus's butthole is Mercato worth all that money, all that much money?"
How in Zeus's? Okay, got it. Okay, I've never heard that, so that was pretty good. No, he's not probably gone. He's gone. He's gone, Steve. He's gone. He's gone. Move on. I appreciate it. No, I mean it's unfortunate, maybe depending on who you are. I'm trying to be nice, but he's gone. Let's put it to bed. Juve is rather winning the Scudetto this season than Pedri ever coming. Yes. That's definitely true. The odds of Juve winning the Scudetto, even right now after, I don't want to say flopping against Inter, but what happened against Inter, yes, I think so as well. All right. Okay, anything else that really interests you? Any other topics you want? We've been going for over, almost an hour and 15 minutes-ish now. So it's been a good long show. Appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. But any other thoughts before we wrap this bad boy up?
It's been an hour and 20 if you include the first take.
That's true. If you include me just talking for 5-10 minutes or however long it was to nobody, I guess just to you two, and I had you guys muted the whole time. So anyway. Okay, the final thing we can respond to this one. Master G is asking, I joined late, so fellas, who's a good Dybala replacement?
Zaniolo.
Well, what we talked about, yes, it's Zaniolo. If you're talking about injuries and all, but I guess the way we talked about it, we talked about basically it's 1 in, 1 out, and right now, if you're looking for a stopgap for potentially 2 years, Di Maria may be a good option to look at for Juventus because he can do a lot of things that would benefit the club in that aspect. So that's what we're looking at right now. Zaniolo, he responded with Zaniolo. Both of these schmucks over here do not want Zaniolo. I think I'm riding the Zaniolo train until I die. He will be a Juventus player in the summer, and Julian and Alejandro.
I never said I don't want him.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
As a smug. No, I have some reservations, but I never said I don't want him.
I don't want him at all.
Yeah, he's no.
I mean, it's happening.
But I would take Werner, so take that for what it's worth. But Julian bought a Ramsey jersey, so take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, that is true. We do need to remind people that he did that. Yes. Alejandro also said that he saw somebody buying a Rabiot shirt today, yesterday or today.
Oh, no.
And
after that performance, yeah.
Yeah, after that performance. No, you actually did see somebody doing that. So yeah, Hasta said thoughts on the UCL today. Any thoughts that you all really had? Man City.
They're very obvious results.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of bleh, but yeah.
Not surprised.
let's say Dybala doesn't have a replacement. Hopefully he does. I mean, a replacement for Dybala. Oh yeah, or maybe they're saying he doesn't have a replacement because the way he's utilized isn't going to work long term at Juventus. Maybe I don't know.
We don't utilize that position,
right?
Either, so yeah,
yeah. Let's see. Two other things. Yes, I have no idea what YFG Jab is saying, so I'm going to let that one go because I cannot say a couple of those words.
Don't say that ever.
Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to say. I know I'm not allowed to say those words, sir. So there's that. Norbert says I would like to remind everyone Werner in Leipzig.
I would like to remind everybody Werner in Chelsea.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're taking half of Chelsea, so it's happening.
Here we go. YFG put something that I can address, which is just they said they prefer Zaniolo or Dembele or Di Maria next season, but you didn't say who you'd prefer them over. So I don't know what you mean, besides who you're going to get otherwise. It's not a retirement home. Okay. Then Jeff asked Julian, what do you think of Diaby from Leverkusen?
That's a proper winger that'll go at players. His final product isn't the greatest, but he likes to dribble at players and he is exciting. So if they can swindle that and get a proper central midfielder, like if it's Milinkovic, Savic, and Diaby, that's a decent window.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then Jose says, a snake, why the disrespect? Dybala is still a Juve player, and what happened is not entirely his fault. It was more me doing the clickbaity stuff, guys. That's what we're doing.
No, he's a snake. No, yeah, he's a snake if you go to Inter.
If you go to Inter... Yeah, you're right. That's fair.
I appreciate the poeticness of it. It was very well thought.
Inter are the serpents. He's a snake then, but he sheds his skin of Juventus and he shows his true self and joins Antonio Conte and their little pit of baby snakes and whatever's going on there. They feed off the dead corpses of your grandmother.
He's got so much body cream on that body though. I don't think he shed it.
He does. That new haircut though. I mean, that's the only thing I'll be happy it's gone. Anyway, but yeah, it's not really disrespect about Dybala, but it is Dybala he can make his choice, and what that means for his future and his era of good feelings and appreciation from Juventus fans would be it'd be dead at that point.
100%.
Yeah, there's not much else they can really say that. Let's say if he goes to Inter, he's a double-crossing snake. I'm not going to throw these up just because it's going to take too long to do it.
What if your favorite Louisville player transferred to Kentucky?
Oh, it's happened. What do you think of
that guy?
Well, I don't know if it's happened. We've had a recruit decommit and go to UK last year, and it looks like this year you're going to have a recruit decommit from UK and go to Louisville this year. Yeah, you hate them, you boo their ass, you yell and whatever.
Exactly.
I mean, literally, Rick Pitino was the head coach at Louisville. He was the head coach in Kentucky, won them a championship, and then came to Louisville after he failed at the Boston Celtics, and then won a championship with Louisville. UK fans hate him. They literally still boo him and yell. There's a picture of Rick Pitino flipping off UK fans after a game. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, actually. There's some of the fuel there I do enjoy, especially when we're talking about stuff. So not that I want Dybala to be a hateful thing, but it's going to be interesting if it does happen. Last comments, and then we're out of here. Master G said the fact that Serie A continues to be second or third choice for top players, even though the league has picked up. It's still not attracting too many top players. Serie A needs to keep top guys and not sell them. True.
Commercialize it better, get money.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there is obviously the conversation of losing Ronaldo. As much as I was happy to see him go, to be honest, was bad for the league as a whole.
Lukaku too in the same season.
Yeah.
Count that.
Yeah. As well as what I always forget his name. From Udinese. Hakimi's on Udinese. DePaul for him to leave as well.
Yeah. So there's a lot of big transfers last season.
Yeah, definitely. Irvin says, call me crazy. I picked Werner over Zaniolo. Well, a lot of people are not high in Zaniolo. We agree with you. There you go. We're not gonna go back into that. And then finally, Michael Salvetti has 2 comments saying, joining this an hour plus late, so forgive me. I've been a big fan of Dybala, but especially with Juve allowing him to walk. I don't care who he goes to, even if it's Inter. That's the business into sports. If you don't understand, then you're not being reasonable. Maybe Dybala wants to stay in Italy. What's the possibility of winning? And I kind of agree with you. I don't
winning what he's won though.
Yeah, that's true. I view it as less of a as a winning thing. Is like I don't think because I think you were kind of in the agreement that I kind of see Inter having a falling off here soon. I can see that happening. I'm not a believer long term in why do I always forget his name? The coach
Inzaghi.
Yeah, Inzaghi, thank you. I'm not a believer in him long term. I see some of those pieces going off. You're going to bring in these used, like I said, second-hand hand-me-downs from Juventus that are, having their issues. Dybala, he barely can play. He won't play any serious games. If he plays, I will bleep a brick if he plays against Juventus. Except for if he sucks, then it's fine. But I'll be like, he's actually showing up. If he actually plays in big games, that'll be ridiculous. And then finally, when it comes to the Dybala situation, the only thing that I do agree on, or not the only thing I agree on, but I do kind of agree on that. Who knows? Like I said, if you know you can only get so much money, and I mean this is generational money to save up for your kids and everything when you can play at this level. If you can squeeze Inter for all it's worth and get some money from them, and you want to stay in Italy, I can understand that, though you're sacrificing any kind of positivity or your legacy with Juventus by doing so.
Correct.
All right. Are we good? Everybody good to finally wrap it up? I said that, and then here it is like 10 minutes later. Are we good? All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, like I said, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. It really helps our channel to grow, and also so that way we have more Juventus fans here to do and to enjoy, being Juventus fans, I guess, whenever we have something to enjoy and be happy about. As it stands right now, like I said, consider joining the member squad. We have guys like Davide, as well as all the people you see highlighted in the chat that have been active today. Haneen, I think Finnan, people like that, all through that who have been Norbert as well. I'm just seeing the ones most recently. Consider joining that. You get a lot of cool stuff with it, as well as you get a chance to join us on the lives. If you guys, members that are here, if you haven't done it yet and you want to join us on the live, make sure you send a message in the Discord there where you have all that access there, so that way we can get you on the list so you can join us as well. Like I said, if you haven't already, make sure you go into grandma's room, slap her up, take her phone, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, let her watch some of our videos. She's gonna love it. We'll see you guys next time, though. I'll see you. Any other final words? I'll just say Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri. All right, bye, guys.